drinking every night and doing all this and beat you.
Yeah, it was bad.
If you look at the fight, he was much slower. He only threw a hook.
Gervonta Davis has finally broken his silence with one of the most ruthless reactions yet to Jake Paul's devastating knockout loss to Anthony Joshua. What Tank has said about Jake's shattered jaw and missing teeth has left the boxing world stunned. The WBA lightweight champion showed no restraint after seeing the hospital images of Paul's severely damaged face. Sources inside Davis's camp say he's been laughing nonstop ever since watching Joshua brutally dismantle the YouTuber on Friday night in Miami.
He was going like tie him down and catch him with a good shot and shit like that.
So wait, do you think, curious, because it's a business aspect, but again, I'm still a nigga, and I'm still a casual fan, so I'm being real.
Jake Paul endured one of the most punishing beatings in recent boxing memory, getting dropped for times before being knocked out cold in the 6th round. But the aftermath proved even more shocking than the fight itself. On Saturday morning, Paul shared graphic X-ray images from the hospital revealing his jaw broken into places, confirming what viewers feared in real time. Anthony Joshua's power was on an entirely different level from anything Jake had ever faced.
But when you take care of me forever and ever.
In the morning, I can't sleep. My jaw's busted. They wired it up a couple hours ago and it hurts every time I move my mouth. I lost tonight. I gave everything and I still lost. Feels like I let everyone down. I'm not unbreakable.
Paul later posted on Instagram, "Double broken jaw. Give me Canelo in 10 days. The bizarre call-out instantly went viral, with millions of boxing fans flooding the comments to ridicule Jake for being violently stopped and immediately asking for an even deadlier opponent. Still, what Gervonta Davis said after seeing those injuries ignited the biggest controversy of the weekend, dividing the combat sports world straight down the middle. Before diving into Tank Savage's response, it's important to understand that the damage Jake Paul suffered was far more severe than most people realized. According to multiple reports from Miami University Hospital, Paul required immediate emergency surgery following the fight, with doctors working through the night to repair the extensive injuries inflicted by Anthony Joshua.
I got knocked out by Anthony Joshua this past Friday night. So I want to break this down from a medical perspective. I'm a neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience. And so, you know, what happens is when you get hit in the head with that kind of force, like in boxing, our brain actually moves inside our skull and it can bump into the skull, which is a firm structure, and cause bruising of the brain.
Sources close to Paul's medical team confirmed the surgery lasted over 4 hours, during which surgeons implanted the titanium plates on each side of his jaw to stabilize the fractures. One medical insider revealed that Joshua's final right hand was so powerful, it shattered both sides of Jake's mandible, at once an injury typically seen only in major car accidents. That statement alone puts Joshua's destructive power into perspective and explains why experts warn Paul that fighting a true heavyweight champion was dangerously reckless.
Causes repeated trauma to the brain. And over years and years of this happening, people can get what's called chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE syndrome. And it's almost like a disease because with repeated trauma to the brain, and that can lead to memory problems, mood swings, even trouble with movements, and eventually people can develop dementia, like Alzheimer's disease.
But the broken jaw wasn't even the worst part. What doctors uncovered during surgery made the situation even more disturbing. Medical reports indicate Jake Paul lost 7 teeth during the fight, with several others loosened so badly they had to be removed immediately to avoid infection. Paul confirmed the dental damage in another Instagram post, writing, "To titanium plates on each side, some teeth removed, liquids only for 7 days." The harsh reality of heavyweight boxing stunned Jake's fanbase.
Jake Paul gets his jaw broken. Not only that, but he gets his lower jaw broken from the right and the left side, so both sides. And not only this, following that, he went through an emergency surgery procedure to get that sorted out, and titanium plates were inserted to help stabilize the case. This will take long to fully heal.
The boxing community quickly split between those expressing sympathy for Jake's injuries and those arguing he got exactly what he deserved for constantly calling out real fighters. This is where the story takes a wild turn. Gervonta Davis has reportedly been watching the entire situation unfold with what insiders describe as pure enjoyment. Tank was originally scheduled to fight Jake Paul in November before legal issues scrapped the bout, and many believe Davis is secretly relieved he never had to face Paul under the conditions. His team
pushed down on the back of his neck, pushed down on the back of his head, got him to the ground. There was a few times where Jake looked like he was going for a takedown. Again, that was Jake trying to engage in the clinch, and AJ smartly moved back. In one instance, I think it was the 5th round, Jake engaged for a clinch, AJ moved back and started.
According to people close to Davis, Tank has been roasting Jake relentlessly in private group chats over the knockout and injuries. One member of his inner circle revealed, Gervonta saw those hospital photos and couldn't stop laughing for 20 minutes. He kept saying, "I told y'all this clown wasn't ready for real boxing." These private remarks have since leaked onto social media through boxing pages and fan accounts, fueling outrage over whether Davis crossed a line or simply spoke the truth.
Anthony Joshua sleeping Jake and breaking his jaw in 2 different places, along with breaking his teeth. Gervonta joined the fun with the rest of the boxing community by throwing a meme on Jake Paul. That was his reaction, as you guys see above.
Many fans feel Tank has earned the right to mock Jake after Paul spent months publicly attacking Davis and calling him unprofessional following the cancellation of their November fight. Tension between the two had been building for months, and Jake's brutal loss to Joshua handed Davis the perfect ammunition. The most shocking part of Tank's reaction reportedly came when he began comparing Jake's injuries to what would have happened if they had actually fought.
Jake Paul was knocked out in round 6 and suffered 2 fractures to his left jaw. Here's the moment that did it.
Chin served on a platter for that right hand right there. And look at Jake Paul's face.
There's no way I can share the actual injury here. It's a bit too gruesome as the camera was put inside Jake's mouth and his teeth were actually not in a straight line. They were separated from the others as the jaw deviated. The question is though, what kind of recovery process Jake...
Sources say Davis has been telling people in his camp that Jake got off easy by fighting Joshua instead of him. One of Tank's training partners claimed Tank keeps saying AJ at least finish it fast. Davis allegedly said he would have dragged Jake through all 12 rounds, punishing him before eventually knocking him out as a lesson. These claims sparked massive debate online, with analysts pointing out that a 135-pound fighter could never cause the same physical damage as a 243-pound heavyweight. Tank supporters counter that his speed and precision would have humiliated Jake even more.
Jake's back. So all of those things kind of deteriorated or emptied Jake's gas tank a lot earlier than I think he expected it to. But overall, I thought he deployed his game plan well for the first 5 rounds and actually had some success. He even moved AJ back a few times, 1 by just jabbing in the air, and 2 when he caught him.
Truth is, no one will ever know what would have happened between Tank and Jake. Still, the canceled bout remains one of boxing's biggest recent what-ifs. Jake Paul first called out Gervonta Davis in August 2025, with both camps negotiating for months to stage an exhibition in Miami that November. Their September press conference was tense and awkward, with Davis showing little interest in Paul, making controversial remarks about Tank's literacy and legal issues. Davis called Paul a clown, while Jake repeatedly referenced Tank's past legal troubles, creating a hostile environment. Then, in late October, Davis's ex-girlfriend filed a civil lawsuit accusing him of battery, false imprisonment, and kidnapping. Most Valuable Promotions canceled the fight immediately, and Jake went on a furious social media rant, blasting Davis's character and reputation. Paul posted on X, calling Davis a walking piece of garbage, accusing him of extreme unprofessionalism, and claiming that supporting him meant supporting the worst behavior imaginable.
Just represents everything that's wrong with boxing, unprofessionalism, and he's getting what he's reaping what he sows. But I hate working with people like that. He stands everyone up, film crews, everything. Doesn't do anything.